Hello everyone, and welcome to the 9th episode of Our Very Own, brought to you by Mazda Multimedia. I'm extremely delighted in introducing a very special someone with us today. I was also given the daunting task of introducing our guest for today, and I say daunting because it's very difficult to introduce someone who is already known to everyone. To introduce someone of such caliber involves a plethora of words. However, for those of us who know her, she prefers being known by one letter alone. They say that the best teachers are the ones who teach you where to look and don't tell you what to see. This teacher and mentor is responsible for developing future fit leaders amongst the Parsi youth for the VUCA world of tomorrow. She suspends judgments, advocates curiosity, and teaches empathy to the resources of tomorrow. She is an actual royal resource amongst us, or as we like to call her, a princess in her own caliber. D for dynamic, D for diligent, D for dependable, and D for damn awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today, the one and only Diana Marfatia.
Thank you, Hormuz. That was indeed generous. I don't know if I deserve all of that, but thank you very much.
I would say that you deserve far more, but because of paucity of time, I was forced to restrict your introduction. However, let's get on with the show. So Dee, tell us, what is HPY, how did it start, and what is your role at HPY?
So Hormuz, HPY, or Holiday Program for Youth as we all know it, started 34 years ago in 1987, and it was the brainchild of our late Dr. Meru Bengali, who was then the trustee of the Bombay Parsi Panchayat and a former vice chancellor of the Mumbai University. That time there was a coordinator called Dr. Ketayon Martin, and she really started this program off, and I was only a facilitator then. She coordinated HPY for 2 years from 87 to 89. And 89 onwards, I was given the mantle of being the coordinator of HPY. I've had several coordinators help me along the way, such as Mrs. Rhoda Pardiwala, Mrs. Kamal Damanya, Mrs. Vinaypa Saukar, Mrs. Azmin Mistrivania, and Ms. Ashish Tata. And each of them has played a crucial role in making HPY what it is today. In addition to the coordinators, as you would understand, you need a whole team working with you. And I've been extremely fortunate to have the Bombay Parsi Panchayat as the parent body of HPY, who finances it, guides us, supports us. And all the boards of the BPP, past and present, have been exemplary. Our current trustees as well have supported and guided us even during the pandemic, where they allowed us to hold an HPY online. In addition, of course, there would be the people who work at the back end and are often not seen, but they are the heroes as well. So we've had the late Sheru Master, we've had Percy Mystery, and currently Ms. Bakhtawar Dastur, who's been handling all our paperwork and back end work for over 20 years now. And of course, the CEOs and the other admin staff of the BPP play their part as well. HPY has seen a lot of change and dynamism, not only in its scope and its activities, but even in actual stuff like the location. We started off small at the Kareghat Colony Hall with 40 to 60 participants in 1987. We started growing in numbers and scope, and we had to move to the J.B. Bacha School, but we were there only for 1 year in 1995. From 1996 to 2014, the BJPCI institution has extended its hospitality, and we were housed there for 15 great years. Post 2014, from 2015 till 2019, we were back at the J.B. Bacha School, and we enjoyed their warmth and hospitality too. Over the years, the structure of HPY is, Hormuz, that it's our own participants who want to come back as organizers, and we train them. And as they are organizers, they've told us time and again, and you've been an organizer at HPY as well, that the learning that you get as a participant is one part, but that as the organizer is a whole different ambit. So we have touched the lives of over 6,500 Zoroastrian youth over the past 34 years. And it initially started with a lot of children coming just from Mumbai city. But over the years, we've had children coming from all over the country and as far as Dubai, Karachi and Russia.
Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. I think what you've done is you've covered the journey of HPY in 2 minutes, and I think it's practically impossible to cover a legacy that has ranged for over 3 decades in 2 minutes. We've heard what Dee had to say about the Bombay Parsi Panchayat and the coordinators and their contribution to HPY. Now let's hear what they have to say about this wonderful, vibrant program, the holiday program for youth.
HPY has been a beautiful voyage, beginning with a college fieldwork embarkation, converting to the first job placement, and ending up with lifelong friendship.
I gave HPY 15 years of my youth, but in return, HPY gave me friends, inspiration, and wisdom. Thank you, HPY.
So Dee, tell us, what has the journey of HPY been like till today?
If I have to speak on a personal level, Hormuz, I believe that what I am is because of HPY. It has changed my life in many ways. Just as it has given a lot of the Zoroastrian youth good friends, it has given me my best friends. And as a lot of people say, HPY is magic. HPY is a feeling. There were many times when I contemplated that I should now back off. But I think it's extremely difficult for a mum to cut the umbilical cord, and I still haven't been able to do that. And I've had coordinators come and go, and finally I realized that I am left to do this on my own as a mentor, along with a brilliant team, of course. So I want to say something about my team. Over the years, the organizers have been splendid young ladies and men who have given up whatever they were doing to dedicate a few months of their life every year to HPY. And I really would want you to hear some of them as they tell us their experiences.
Fantastic, Dee. I don't think Dee needs a host for this show because she can do everything herself. So Dee, thank you for doing my part, and let's hear what the organizers have to say for Dee, because she loves them and we as organizers love Dee even more. So let's hear what our organizers have to say about HPY.
In 2013, HPY saw a quiet 15-year-old bookworm walk in through its doors, not sure of her purpose, her talents, her place. And it created a metamorphosis. It honed her strengths, it dulled her weaknesses, it showcased her talents and vastly expanded her knowledge. But more than anything, it gave her a family, a place to belong. It saw her and all those other 15-year-old quiet, unsure mavericks living their lives, and taught them to be fearless in the pursuit of excellence, and to give life to new aspirations and challenges. HPY saw them living, and 28 days later, it taught them to thrive.
Being a part of HPY for over 10 years as an organizer has truly been a fulfilling journey. From starting off as a participant to moving on to being selected as an organizer and then sports overall has been a great experience. For the organizing committee, HPY is not just a month-long program, but in fact months of meetings and preparations before the month of May that help us make that 1 month a great success year after year. The program has helped me shape into the leader that I am today and has taught me how to manage large groups with ease. HPY is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that helps a 16-year-old be prepared for the college life. The best part is that it encourages the participant to let go of their inhibitions and participate, regardless of their level of skill or talent. Be it the first time on ramp or the first time they hold a table tennis racket, the organizers are always encouraging the participants and reinforcing a sense of self-confidence in them. I am really proud to be born in the Zoroastrian faith and to have a parent body like the Bombay Parsi Panchayat conducting this program every single year.
HPY, which stands for Holiday Program for Youth. But my take is add an A and a P in between and you get happy, HAPPY. That is what the program is all about, a joyous sojourn in the lives of the youth. It has grown and sustained because of the able and dynamic Diana Marfatia, and continued under her mentorship for the past 3 decades. And of course her team of dedicated and loyal volunteers who had participated in it earlier, that this program has become so popular and memorable to all youth. The BPP has generously and unstintingly over all these years supported the various activities of this venture so that the youth of the community are exposed to a whole plethora of activities and subjects which would be of value in their choice of careers. Lectures on different subjects, drama, speech, self-development, competitions, games, sports, you name it, all meticulously planned out and collated for the overall experience offered to the youth. A truly exhilarating adventure for the youngsters. Even the stay of those youth from out of Mumbai who opted for the program was ably taken care of. The BPP is truly grateful and extremely fortunate to have Dee and her team who go through formulating this whole program from beginning to end, putting in hours, days and months of unwavering efforts. We pray that the HPY reaches greater heights with every succeeding and successful year for a long, long time to come.
Hello HPY. What an opportunity has this organization given the young adults of tomorrow to really taste the flavor of different vocations and experience the togetherness of boys and girls coming from different walks of life. I have been associated with this organization for over a decade and a half or more, and I must say I was delighted in mingling with the students and their parents at various sessions. A lovely endeavor for the Parsi Panchayat to occupy these Parsi students during the May vacation when children don't know what to do. And this helped them to pave the way maybe to their ultimate goal. May this HPY live a long, long life, and may our Parsi students take advantage and learn the ultimate.
2 factors are responsible for the evolution of this phenomena called HPY, which is the love and selflessness of all the individuals which form the bedrock of this gigantic endeavor. The organizing committee that meets every week of the year in Diana's house, and of course Diana, who is the pulse of this fantastic program. The BPP and the HPY organizing committee need to be heartily applauded for their vision and its implementation to prepare our Parsi youth to meet the challenges that they will face in the years to come.
I'm indeed lucky to have been able to let all my 3 children, Pearl, Azmin and Raymond, take advantage of the wonderful 1-month-long program, HPY, as participants, and thereafter as organizers. It helped enhance their confidence, independence, and leadership qualities and develop their organizing skills.
HPY is the best thing that has happened for our Parsi kids.
It makes them aware of various professional avenues that are there for them. Both our kids were in it and it's helped them immensely. It gave a stepping stone for our daughter Delraz and son Zarwan to pursue their music and acting careers. It is a not to be missed event for every Parsi child.
Dee, tell us about some of the participants and their contribution and their role at HPY.
Well, Hormuz, the raison d'etre of HPY are our participants. We're here for them. Like in a school, the school runs for its students. At HPY, it is the participants who are the soul of the program. And they have been extremely caring and loving all through these years. And we can see them bloom and flourish by the end of the month. And if they're the raison d'etre, HPY cannot and would not be what it is without our resource persons. We need them to come and give the gyan to the participants. So we've had very loyal and established people in every field and every walk of life who've given their time and their all for HPY. HPY is truly grateful to each of them. And the unique thing is that we've now come a full cycle. Our participants are parents now, whose children are doing HPY. Likewise, our participants are coming back to us as resource persons. You again are one of our very leading resource persons. So I think that full cycle is my most gratifying moment.
We've heard what Dee had to say about them, but we are fortunate enough to have gotten snippets. And let's hear what our resourceful resource people have to say about HPY.
I've been asked by Diana to say a few words about HPY, which started some 35 years ago. It gives me great pleasure to be involved with HPY. I think it's one of the best programs that the Bombay Parsi Panchayat runs. Both my children, my daughter Tarshan attended HPY. She actually flew in for the program, and my son Kayan also attended this program. They learned a lot about religion. As far as I'm concerned, it was a pleasure talking to our youth, boys and girls at this early age. I would have a 6-hour session with them, thanks to Diana and Azmi Mistry, who at some point was also involved with the HPY program. And at the end of the day, I think the question answers that were asked and the responses that I gave really brought the whole session alive. So I think it's a wonderful program and it should continue on the basis of which it was first started.
If I was asked this question 30 years ago as to the effect of HPY on the youth of the Parsi community, I would have had a slightly different answer, simply because my answer would be one of hope. I would have said, I hope that, HPY has an effect on young Parsi men and women. It would have been fantastic. Today, I have a different answer, simply because history shows us the receipts. History has the proof. It has been 34 years since HPY has been active, and we have so many young men and women who can testify and tell you what a wonderful effect HPY has had on all of them, on the community, and the rest of the country. So, this is the easiest answer to give. HPY, you've done great. Thank you for including me in this journey. And most of all, I think all those youngsters, some of them who are pushing 50 now, can tell you what an effect it has had on their lives. So, thank you, Diana. God bless you in all you do and continue to do for our community. Thank you. God bless you all.
Since 1987, HPY has flourished from 60 participants to approximately 200. From a 15-day program to 30 days of vocational guidance, social awareness, competitions, and fun. Memorable moments made and cherished forever. Girls transformed to ladies and boys to men by interacting with best persons in their fields. Organized meticulously and led passionately by Diana and her team. Viva HPY!
Hi, my name is Mazda Turrell and I'm a brain and spine surgeon. I did my HPY in 1997 and have returned as a speaker for several years after I completed my MBBS and then my master's in neurosurgery. HPY and the people associated with it fill me with an inner joy that nothing else really compares to. It has given me devoted friendships and unconditional love. It has given the youth of our community the earned wisdom of generations by several stalwarts in their fields within the span of 1 month, a wisdom that we all carry with us through our successes and, more importantly, our failures. I don't think there is a single person or an organization that has positively impacted the lives of teenagers, given them meaning, purpose, and direction that Diana and HPY have over the past 3 decades.
If one were to ask, what is HPY's biggest contribution to our community? It would have to be this extraordinary knack of bringing complete strangers from around the world together and turning them into more than just friends for life. And that's probably because HPY is not just a program, it is a feeling. One that I've had the good fortune of experiencing not just over 30 days but 30 years in some form or another. The most recent being as the parent of an HPYite. Think of it as a magnetism, a sort of X factor that has the ability to make 15-year-olds and 50-year-olds, students and professionals, keep coming back completely voluntarily year after year for 34 years now. And that's why it's so true what the HPY song says. It is one of a kind. Not just in India, but probably anywhere across the globe.
And other than the participants, I'm given to believe that HPY does a lot of work with NGOs and other social service as well.
Yes, Hormuz. We believe that, and we need to teach our Zoroastrian youth that life is not only about living for oneself. One has to take care of those who are not as fortunate as we are. So our social service has been very widespread. We've done from street children to the senior citizens to the mentally challenged. We work with animals and the welfare for animals, for the hearing impaired, and we've brought them to our HPY venues. We've done sessions with them. Our participants have gone out and done a lot of work with them, and we have had the most successful blood donation drives over the years, where over 200 blood bottles were collected in one day. And all the blood banks used to say that even if they go to big colonies, they cannot collect as much as they collect at HPY. And not only have we done that, but the community resources and the community agencies have also given us back in great measure. Like I said, these schools have hosted HPY. We've gone to the Dadar Parsi Gymkhana to hold our sports, to the Parsi Gymkhana Marine Drive to hold our sports, the Sir Ness Wadia Pavilion and the Rustambagh grounds to hold our sports. If it weren't for these other community organizations that assist us to do what we're doing, HPY would not be as good and what it has done so far.
Okay, Dee, my next question, very interesting one. A lot of people say marriages are made in heaven, but I'm given to believe that a lot of marriages are made at HPY. So can you throw some light on the marriage and Navjot scenes at HPY?
So I'm sure the community is thrilled with HPY because their underlying objective always has been that Parsi youth should marry each other and within the fold. And I think HPY has done its bit by this part as well, because we've had easily 40 to 45 marriages as a result of HPY and counting. I do not have all the figures. And as regards Navjot is concerned, we do a Navjot of a poor Parsi child every single year. So over the last 34 years, we would have done the Navjots of at least 21 to 22 little children whose families could not afford to do it themselves.
That's fantastic. So many Navjots, so much of giving back to the community. Really, HPY evokes that spirit in us to give back. Thank you so much for making this possible at HPY. Moving on to the next question, Dee. HPY has gone through a very, very long journey. Can you throw some light on the key milestones of HPY?
So we've celebrated all our milestone years. We had an event when we turned 5, and as the milestones grew, we've become bigger in dimension with the events we've held. At the 10th year, we had a felicitation program. At the 15th, we had a big entertainment cum felicitation program at Kolaba Gyari. At the 20th, we had the best of Broadway, and at the 25th we had another big event at Kolaba Agyari with entertainment from our participants and all our resource people and all our well-wishers attending. And at the 30th was our ultimate. So far, we have to reach 35 and 40 yet, but at our 30th, we did that 1 month, of which you were a very integral part as the lead actor. And we need to thank everybody who's played their role right through these milestones and over the years, because without every single person, whether a performer or a donor or a person who's helped with the organizing or the catering, we wouldn't have come this far. In addition, we decided that we wanted to do some fundraisers. We did 2 huge fashion shows called Statements in Style and Strands and Strides. This was for all Parsi youth, irrespective of whether you were an HPYite or not. And we've had so much fun organizing it, and it's brought the whole community together. These are special moments for us over and above our usual HPY. And then, thanks to our dear resource person, Baman Irani, who one day told me, let's do a play. You're doing so many things. You've done fashion shows, you've done events, you've done dances. Now let's see what talent the HPY youth have as far as acting goes. And he helped us with the direction of a play called Black Comedy. I was skeptical, honestly. I don't have any talent in direction or acting. But he said he will hold our hand and take us through, and that he did. He would come late nights to direct us, but we performed to 4 packed houseful shows. Those were all fundraisers to give back to society, to the community, and to our Panchayat.
Thank you, Dee. As you were answering this question, it brought back some very nostalgic memories, because I would like to share my experience over here, if I may.
Yes, please do, Hormuz.
HPY has evolved, and I too have evolved, because I was part of Peter Schaffer's Black Comedy, where I had a 3-minute role at the end of the play, which involved me falling into a hole specially designed on stage and almost breaking at least 10 of my 206 more. So I've evolved from that to that 1 month directed by the Silly Point Productions, where I actually was lead in the play. So it just shows that the more you give to an organization like HPY, the more you get in return. So thank you for making me relive those fabulous memories.
Thank you to each one who is a part of it all for us.
An organization of such magnanimity needs to have a logo, a motto, and a song or an anthem. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I'm very happy to tell you, Hormuz, that we haven't kept HPY out of that part as well. We do have a logo which we had designed in the very first year. It was a bird with its wings spread out, so as to say that we wish our youth to take flight and soar high and do well in whatever they do. And along the way, we realized that we must have a motto as well. And so we came up with striving for excellence, as we believe that as Zoroastrians, we do look for excellence in whatever we do. And I might say proudly, and even if it may sound a bit immodest, that we really have strived to do better and reach excellence with every passing year. As regards the HPY song, it was some of our participants like Pesho, Raika and yourself, Hormuz, who gave us the idea that we should have a song. And you and Pesho, being as talented as you are with music, you helped us to compose the music, and Raika Gazdar wrote the lyrics for us. It was very amateur at that stage, but we sang it with gusto and
we still sing it with gusto.
Yes, but along the way, we made this amateurish song into a professional song by our very own ex-participant Shazneen Arethna, who has immortalized the HPY song with her voice. And today, each one of us, and you will see a few pictures as we have shot in this video, where our participants, organizing team, resource people, and everyone who's part of the valedictory function each year sings the HPY song as if they live it.
I'm sure our audience wants to know what a day at HPY is like. So in order to give them clarity on that subject, tell us about a day at HPY.
So our participants come in at 9:45. and we have what is called as an open house just to get them in on time, which is a quiz question. And our participants thrive on marks, and so does our organizing committee. And there is that fight to see who makes it to the scoreboard at the top. And so right through the year, every point that we put into the program matters to them.
And these are for the groups?
This is for their group. So each participant takes part in everything that happens at HPY to build up their points. Just like there would be 4 houses at a school, there are 4 groups at us, at HPY, which are achievers, creators, enactors, and the performers. These 4 groups vie with each other in a friendly spirit to gain the marks and reach the top.
Debatable.
Well, okay. And so we start with the open house, followed by our resource people who come to talk to the children on various careers. And over the years, we have moved away from just the professional and the traditional careers to a lot of the new age careers, understanding that if HPY has to survive, it has to be relevant to the given times. So we are dynamic, and we are very particular that we cover everything that a child of today needs. And so we have speakers who talk on various careers, then we have workshops, we have seminars, we have our NGOs coming, we have our social work activities, and then we spend the evenings practicing for all the various events that we have laid out for them. Our events, Hormuz, are now over the years formalized into various portfolios. And now over and above the organizers, we have 4 other OC members who take care of these portfolios. What are the portfolios? There's sports, there's literary arts, there's performing arts, and there's social service. So these are the 4 wings of HPY. We have spread our wings that far. And these OC members take care of each portfolio, and we have different events in each of these 4 arts. And over the month, they practice, they put it up when it is scheduled on the program, and their points are counted, and the best participant is crowned at the end of the month, and the best group is declared at the end of the month.
Thank you, Dee. Very insightful, but I think I'm not going to hold back by saying that wings, I heard wings and HPY in the same sentence. So wings was a result of 3 ex-HPYites, Zara, Rehan, and Anita, who have all contributed immensely and who are still contributing to HPY as organizers. So thank you for giving us HPY, and thank you for giving us wings. So that brings us to the end of this question, and I'd now like to move into my final question. Education styles changed, business methods changed. How has HPY changed through the last 2 years along the way during the pandemic?
So in 2019, we had our 33rd HPY, and in 2020, we were getting ready for our 34th one. In fact, we'd had all our meetings and we'd put the program in place right up till March 2020, when, as you know, the world came to a halt. So just like everything else came to a halt, HPY had to come to a halt as well. And then we came into 2021, and I wasn't really very sure whether we should revive it or let one more year go. But it was my organizers who came back and said, Dee, we cannot have HPY not happen for a 2nd year in a row. Let's do what the world is doing. We can't have HPY physically, let's go online. And it was a roller coaster ride. We decided at the end of March, early April, to hold an online HPY in 21. And by the end of May, we had a 10-day HPY that went online. And cognizant of the fact that the batch of 2020 missed their chance, we had lots of youngsters telling us, that's not fair. Why should we be kept out of the HPY family? And so in the 2021 online HPY, we allowed would have been HPYites of 2020 to join the 2021 batch. So in a sense, nobody has missed it if they wished to.
Wow, Dee, that is absolutely fantastic. So Dee, in a nutshell, what is your message to the youth of our community?
Before I go to the message, Hormuz, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every individual who has made HPY happen over the past 34 years, either as participants or resource people or organizers or members of the community who have given their services, our past coordinators, every single person who has been part of organizing it or been on the periphery but has made sure that HPY has become what it is today, and it has allowed it to grow and thrive for these past 34 years. Nothing would have been possible without literally most members of the community rising to make HPY happen. So I would really like to thank everyone who has played their part in making HPY what it is today. Thank you. And as regards the message you want, Hormuz, I really feel our Zoroastrian youth are blessed with so much, be it the kind of families they come from, the education they are privileged to get, the services that they get through the PPP or all other organizations that the community has, HPY being one of them. It is time now that our youth understands that it is their responsibility and duty to give back to this community. Let us not fall apart. Let's all come together and let's bring back the glory this community has. We're already getting there and we should be there soon. Thank you.
What a lovely message, Dee. Truly inspiring, and coming from your mouth adds those brownie points to it because you actually walk the talk. Thank you so much, Dee. The past 30 to 45 minutes of understanding HPY and what we at HPY do really reflects us as a community. It shows our very own coming together to give back to society. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mazda Multimedia for putting this program together so that people who do not know that these things exist in today's day and age realize that there's a lot happening around them and they too can come together and contribute in whatever way, small or big, to make our community prosper and to make us proud of our community. That being said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. Dee, you have taken that step and you have actually walked those 1,000 miles after taking that step as well. Thank you so much. Thank you for HPY. With a lump in my throat and a tear in my eye, I can tell you that that 1 month at HPY in the year 2002, yes, I am a fossil, I am archaic, was the best month of my life. What HPY has given to me, it has made me realize that the universe calls them my friends, but I call them my universe. My best friends, my support system, my mentors, my teachers, everyone is a result of HPY. Nothing can replace that 1 month at HPY. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hormuz Ragina, and on behalf of Mazda Multimedia, I would like to thank Dee for spending her valuable time and explaining to us about HPY. I would also like to thank everyone behind the scenes. There's Sarosh uncle, there's Rehan, and there's Aarish. Thank you for putting this together. Once again, on behalf of the team at Our Very Own, I'm sure you would have thought that this is the last episode because we usually save the best for the last, but there's more to come. Stay tuned. Till then, goodbye, peace, love.